Hey everybody, this is Dr. Heather. We are just out of church and going to get some of our goodies for our keto baking. We've got 2 kiddos coming home from college on Friday, so definitely know I need to get some things in the kitchen for them. I've asked several people, said, hey, next time you go shopping, take me with you. So I actually brought Dr. Ralph with me. So we're just going to show you some of the basics that we're getting for our keto baking. So hey Patty, thanks for joining me. So there's Dr. Ralph wave. We know we need to get some coconut flour. We've got some chocolate chips, so he's already got some things drawn out for me. So I need organic coconut flour. Yep, that's what I use for our pancakes. We're going to put that in there. Let's just get 2 for the holidays. We've got a ton of organic coconut oil, but the coconut shreds I burnt last night, I think, are on the bottom shelf. So we're going to get those. This is what I use to make my no-bake cookies, but as you guys saw, I burned them last night. So we're going to grab a couple bags of those. It's a great substitution for oatmeal in a recipe, but again, you can probably do most of your shopping in one single aisle here. So I've not been to Whole Foods for a little bit. There's lots of good little, people were asking for snacks earlier. So it looks like over here they've got some of those coconut crisp. Just check the macros on them, but man, those look good. I may have to try those in my no-bake cookies. Let me check that out a second. But if they're covered with a whole bunch of sugar, not going to use them. So it looks like they've got 10 carbs in 1/3 of a cup, and I need 1 cup for my recipe. So I'm probably going to bypass that because of the sugar, and I'll just put straight cocoa powder in there. But it would be a great snack if you're trying to substitute out. So hopefully it don't make you guys too sick here driving. Sea salt was another thing we get a lot of questions on. I think I saw that coming up here. You may be backing up here, guys. We'll see how this goes. All right, we're going to let Dr. Ralph be the salt expert here today. So, all right, let me turn it around. Turn you guys back around. So, fine ground Celtic or Celtic sea salt, however you want to say that. We also use a lot of pink Himalayan sea salt. It is a vital nutrient blend or mineral blend. That's what you want to get. You want to make sure that it's gluten-free, it's pesticide-free, it's all good. It's good for pickling, it's good for baking. So that's a staple at our house. We always have. So I don't know if we need any or not. So he's like, nope, we don't need it, but that's a question I get. So we're going to continue shopping on because we are going to make those snickerdoodle cookies that we saw. And we're going to make some, if Pam pops on here, we're going to make some cinnamon rolls. Again, a lot of baking stuff right now. I'm also going to get some Dia cream cheese. I have a lot of people asking me about that. So when you start to look at substitutions, a lot of people think it's okay to do all this coconut nectar. Still a ton of sugar in it. Even some of this raw blue agave, a ton of sugar. But one of my recipe, and again, there's always natural honey. One of my recipe calls for stevia vanilla drops. So I haven't used those in the past. If you have, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. So I'm gonna try this for the first time ever. They have a French vanilla stevia drop. So I think I'm gonna go with the sweet leaf. If the sweet leaf has a vanilla, they've got a lemon, they've got a chocolate, and then there's also one to make peppermint fat bombs. So is that vanilla? That's peppermint. So I guess we're going to have to tap out and probably take the French vanilla stevia liquid here. And then if there's a peppermint one, I want to grab that, not for $16. Shazam! Let's see if somebody else has one. Lots and lots of stuff. Coconut sugar still is pretty high, guys. So stick to some of the Swerve products. Unless you're just going low carb, then use it. But you could definitely use, in the cheesecake Dr. Ralph made, you could definitely use the lemon drops there if you want to do that, or just a straight one. So wondering about stevia drops as well. So when you pick them up, make sure they're from the stevia leaf, not the stem. That's a better one. I know that I have to have some keto, which I've never used before. Keto maple syrup. So here's the maple syrup. Let's see if they have some. Tina was telling me what brand to buy, not to buy the Walden's. It has a terrible taste to it. So we are here in the maple syrup aisle looking for keto maple syrup. So you guys are on the journey with us. We see lots of gluten-free stuff. And the problem is people will go gluten-free and think that's causing all the inflammation. I don't see any keto maple syrup, maybe a different aisle. But when you go gluten-free, even if you pick the big things like Pamela's, it still has a ton of carbohydrates in them. So people say, I went gluten-free, I don't feel any better. That's because you're still doing a ton of carbohydrates in there. So when you look at the back of that, I'm going to grab it here on our quick shopping trip after church. Left a kid at church, but you're going to see that that's actually 26 grams in there. So yes, maybe the gluten is the allergy for you, but you're still putting all this sugar in there with it to cause a lot of inflammation. So just be careful of that and watch that. I think there's a couple other recipes. Dr. Ralph has picked up that birch blend, and now let's look at now. This is actually, you know, when you're trying to convert your family over, less is best. How many carbs there?
14.
So it's 14 carbohydrates, 6 from sugar. So when you're trying to make that switch over for your family, now is an up-and-coming company. They've got a lot of really clean stuff, easy to go. So that might be a good option for you. We've also...
It's pronounced no.
It's pronounced no. I don't know why I said now. It's pronounced no, K-N-O-W. They have a ton of stuff online. Something else that we have tried was a birch blend. Was it the protein one? Oh, the paleo one. So Birch and Blenders has a paleo one, which is 16, so it's less than 24, so we're getting better. Again, just we know keto is about 3 when you make a keto waffle.
That's 2 pancakes.
Yeah, and that's for 2 pancakes, so just kind of watch your macros. I think the ones that we use with the coconut flour is 3, the almond flour is 3. So just be mindful. If you're going from Miss Jemima's or whatever, and now you're going to something better, just watch the carbs. Better and better is better every single time. So I think we're not going to find any of the... keto maple syrup here. We'll probably check with the spices, but we're going to turn around here and I want to show a little bit about dairy. So I'm in a cart, so hopefully you guys don't get sick, and I will read questions here if you guys are here. So as I try to drive, many of you know I'm in a wheelchair, but it's always funny when you're using a bigger cart at and that you're not used to. I won't even show you guys. Yes, and good evening to all you guys following me out there. So the sermon tonight at church was really just preparation for this time of year, and I think that goes along not only with your heart and spirit of giving, but also goes along with preparing for your food and eating. So I'm going to run around this way. So just being prepared if somebody comes by and wants to have something delectable. Makes a bunch of deviled eggs. Everyone loves deviled eggs unless you have an egg allergy. I'm going to look here for lots of Kerrygold butter, you guys. Look at that. It's so easy to find. Chateau's a local baker here. They've got lots of good stuff, but this is what I want. This is for Tim and Jen Cummings here. People are always asking me, what do you use if you have a dairy allergy? So I use Dia cream cheese spread. So I'm going to grab some here. It's got a little bit more carbs in it. So let me grab it here. I'm going to grab 2 of them if I can. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me grab another one here. So Dia will have, it's a non-dairy, gluten-free cream cheese spread. So in those bagels we made, in your cheesecake we made, this is a great alternative to use because it's Dia. It is dairy-free, it's gluten-free, it's soy-free. A great alternative. Your macros may go up a little bit, but for me, keeping out the dairy is super, super important for me. So again, you're just going to use a bit of it in your recipe. So for keto cheesecake, keto buns, great choice. You can add garlic to it, roasted red peppers. You can fill jalapenos full of that. So lots of good options there. I'm also going to grab a little bit of rice cheese down here because I've had someone else asking me about rice cheese. So hopefully you guys are hanging with me. Thank you. Dr. Ralph rice cheese. So if you guys are trying to get off of I want to say the International House of Stuff or go dairy free, watch the even the coconut creamer has a ton of sugar in it, guys. You're better off just using maybe a little bit of heavy whipping cream, or hey, Julie's over here shopping as well. So Brandon is somebody at Whole Foods. So anyway, it's better sometimes not to use that stuff honestly because it's got way too much sugar. Just use your own hazelnut milk, use your own hemp milk, put a couple drops of almond extract or vanilla extract. Cinnamon, you can't go wrong. It's always great for digestion. If you guys are missing whipped cream and haven't made it yourself, you know, they've got extra, they're out of it. There is a coconut whip topping if you're trying to go dairy free. Our kids are not a super fan of that. So I'm going to look down here for Dr. Ralph, who's leading me to see if he found. Funny thing is, we Canadians. Okay, I love that. Thanks, Mike, for sharing. Okay, Dr. Ralph found some more Dia cream cheese. So, what did you find?
Oh, you got.
I did get some. Do they have any almond cheese there? So let me see the Duer mozzarella cheese. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to make those fathead buns again. I'm going to try using the mozzarella spread. Again, you can see it's dairy-free, lactose-free, casein-free. Sometimes the dairy-free cheeses don't have the fat, so it makes stuff dry. So either add a little bit of egg, add a little tablespoon of maybe just flax and water and warm it up. But I'm going to try the good old Duer shredded mozzarella cheese. I was going to use rice cheese, but I don't see it. But Duer makes 2 or 3 different ones. They make a shredded cheese. They make what else you got there, Dr. Ralph?
Cheddar.
They make a cheddar.
Cheese.
Cheddar cheese, he's saying.
And mozzarella.
Mozzarella. So they do see generally the Rice Stream brand makes a rice cheese. I'm not seeing that. It might be down the aisle here a little bit. I'm also just going to cruise through the gluten-free aisle here and see what they have. And then we're going to go through the... Hopefully you guys are having fun shopping with me. If you're having fun, give me like a thumbs up or something. So, yes, Selena, rice cheese. That's awesome. It has a little more carbs. It's kind of dry, but it's a great alternative. Again, just add a little bit more water to your recipe. So I'm trying to see if they've got anything new in the gluten-free. Sometimes they'll have some keto stuff here. So I'm not seeing anything super new here in the form of keto, thin, just a big fan of gluten-free stuff. So we're going to take a big spin around here. So I don't know what the question marks mean. That means where am I? I'm in Whole Foods getting ready because we're going to do some baking on Wednesday. And I've had probably, I'm literally going to tell you 200 messages. How do you make this stuff dairy-free, like the fathead buns or cream cheesecake or pumpkin seed, or I guess I made a pumpkin pie, how to make it dairy-free. So we're going to use the Duer cream cheese. You can use rice milk, coconut milk. I kind of buzz through all that stuff. I'm looking for the spices now. Another question I get oftentimes is about bacon. So people think bacon, well, bacon is a condiment. It's not a food group. Please tell my children it's not a food group. They don't need 6 pounds. But when you go to look for things, you want to look for some of like the Hickory Farms that says no nitrate free. You know, there's nitrates in everything that you eat. There's nitrates in green vegetables like spinach and stuff. But when you're looking for it, you're going to look for things that are uncured. You may pay a little bit more, but there's a lot more macronutrient dense. So great things to look for here. You're going to find even some paleo-friendly, sugar-free chicken bacon that's made from chicken thighs. So again, healthy, high in fat. So there's tons of options. People often say they can't find it. Applegate's been around for a long time. They're antibiotic free, mostly made from chickens and turkeys. So they've got some great sausage products as well if you're looking for something to mix up breakfast. I am here just shopping on. Rice cheese is okay on keto. Rice noodles, rice flour, anything else is not okay on keto or low carb. So that was a great question, Mandy. Thank you for asking that. And people often ask about vegetables. They're like, what do we do if we can't get vegetables fresh? Then you want to buy them frozen because that's nature's way of pausing or freezing things. So I am now looking for some keto. Just trying to save a little bit of time today, looking for some keto pastry stuff. Dr. Ralph has got his Halo ice cream down here, so go ahead and hold that up. This is a fan favorite. It is dairy, full-leaded dairy, but we've got one son coming home, and he loves his Halo mint ice cream, so it's probably going to go in the Cardin basket today, so we'll probably throw that in there. I was just going to back up and see if there was any keto bread back here, so let me turn around. Hopefully you guys are having fun and learning something. Yeah, Selena, there's a ton of bacon people don't realize. You know, a lot of times appetizers, like all this stuff's going to get us in trouble. We're going to buzz by the olive bar here because you can't go wrong taking a bunch of olives or cheeses to a party unless people have a dairy allergy. Most people will tolerate goat cheese. They'll tolerate, I'm looking here for different pie shells. I don't see anything. Eggnog Italian gelato. I may have to see what this is all about here, guys. Because eggnog, if you guys do egg and do dairy, can be very, very decadent. So I'm reading it, 23 carbs. That is not going to go in my basket today, guys. You never know till you check it out. Yes, I am at Whole Foods because it's actually the most handicap accessible for me. So when we buy meats and stuff, we honestly kind of look what's on sale, try to buy as fresh as possible. But today we're not meat shopping. We're getting some other goodies here. So I am going to buzz around. Oh my gosh, my son would be so happy. I'm actually going to have to get some of these oysters. I've got a son coming home on the 22nd who loves oysters. So this will be an amazing, nice hors d'oeuvre for my husband and our sons. Dip them in grass-fed butter. The more, the better. My kids love mussels. I'm looking over here, like other things you can take. Mussels are actually super economical and really healthy, and you can get them frozen. You don't always have to buy them fresh. So let's buzz over there before we go to the Olive Bar. And we're still looking for our keto maple syrup made by Lundenberg, is what Tina Johnson told me to look for. So we were going to look at those mussels over here. People often ask me, like, you can do turkey burgers and things like that to keep things super simple. Just watch out for like the teriyaki sauce. You know, you can buy tuna steaks that are pretty high quality. Just look that it says wild caught. You don't want to have it farm raised, because then you're not getting all those good omega oils that you need. So we are probably going to do something super simple and grab a couple things. I've lost my husband. A couple things of the mussels, just because our kids love mussels. So I'm going to grab those. I just said we're going to grab a couple things of mussels because the kids like it. You can't go wrong. It's better than a hamburger and a chicken nugget for kiddos, right? What is the carb threshold? It's kind of different for everybody. I try to actually keep just our carbs coming from greens, but if I'm buying something, definitely something underneath 5 carbs in a serving. So I'm going to go over here to the Olive Bar. We still have not found our keto bar. So again, lots of good choices when you're buying like double smoked bacon and stuff, when you're looking for good cuts of meat. Buy local. We're in Kansas City. So it's always better on your digestive system, because the bees and honey and everything that grows in your environment is much healthier for your gut. So do try to buy a local. People always ask me about cold cuts, things like Applegate, Boarhead. Some of those are very clean cut. You can read them. If it only says like pork and water, of course it says sugar, we wouldn't buy that. But you can definitely buy some things that are very healthy. Roast beef, it says no nitrates, locally grown is going to be better. So I'm looking for some other cheeses here to help you guys understand, because that is like a top 10 question. So did you see the rice cheese down here? I'm trying to get my cart to go forward, people. And if you want to go on a splurge and you don't tolerate cow's milk very well, then I would tell you to do raw goat or raw sheep. You might even look on your local area and see who has a farm that you can go buy some from. So here is the wonderful Olive Bar. Again, you can't go wrong with this. So it looks like tons and tons of different types of olives. You can make really, really pretty little hors d'oeuvre trays. You can pick, put a jalapeno in there. You can make lots of different flavors and lots of different colors and make really, really bright skewers with those. Super easy. People love to take those. If you do dairy, people love these parm chips. It's actually a great substitute if you're wanting to make like a crunchy fish or something to bake it with, or put croutons. There's Vanna White, known as Ralph Cardin. But if you're trying to just put some croutons on a salad, it's a great option to do that as well. So I wanted to show you the Olive Bar. You can just carry and go. No reason to do that. I'm still looking for a little bit of cream cheese. I'm feeling so. Our kids do pretty well. And this is a great thing about Whole Foods. I'm not doing an infomercial for them, but you can actually come over and you can taste different types of cheese. Again, if you have a problem with dairy, try some raw goat, try some raw sheep. There's 23 enzymes similar in goat as there is in human breast milk. So that's why people tolerate it much better. But the great thing about Whole Foods is that they'll actually let you buy it. So I'm going to buy a little piece of drunken goat, because one of my kiddos coming home loves the drunken goat. Hopefully you guys can see that. So he doesn't do dairy, but loves the drunken goat cheese. So just a little bit goes a long way. I am still looking for the maple syrup, guys. So the carb threshold really varies from person to person. So no luck on the spices on the keto maple syrup. Hope you guys are having fun shopping away. These are often little tidbits to pick up. People, these things generally get you in trouble. I'm just going to be honest. You can sometimes pick up some soups and stuff that will not get you in trouble. But looks like there's some pretty decadent, nice, like little kale salads you can pick up. Caesar salads, you can pick up those type of things. Yes, Annette, talent. We're going to be doing some baking. We're going to make some keto donuts. We're also going to be making some cinnamon rolls, some things we don't normally have in our house. And And again, when you're always in a crunch or pinch for lunch, don't be afraid to go to the salad bar. I'm not going to buzz over there as people shopping, but grab all those decadent things you normally wouldn't put on there and get a good mix of color. Lots of cabbage, a little bit of beets. I know they're high in sugar, so good for your gallbladder. Lots of spinach and good stuff like that. I'm going to try one more place for the keto. Sorry guys, my I'm still here, guys. My card is broken. How about that? Like it's not going. Okay, awesome. Hey guys, I am actually going to cut my shopping short. I am in a shopping basket at Whole Foods, and the lady just came up and told me that the battery was low. She did not offer to get me a new cart. This is pretty funny, guys, because as many of you know, I'm in a wheelchair and I'm not able to walk. So my electric cart is broken at Whole Foods. So good thing we've got a wheelchair in the car from church, so I can't go look for the keto syrup, and the person at Whole Foods didn't offer to do anything for me. So anyway, I'm here to answer questions if you guys have some. Hey Sandy, thanks for joining us. Want to let you know we've got 3 amazing events coming up. We're just doing a simple little baking video at my house. It's upon request. So we're going to make cinnamon rolls. We're going to make I think some fat bombs, because those are great things to have when you can have more healthy fats. It helps create satiety, which is feeling fuller longer. If you're having a hankering for a chocolate, or if you've got to go to a party, it's always great to have that stuff on the go that you can simply just put in your cart and take them over to somebody's house. So if you're tempted, you know what to do. So I love my no-bake cookie recipe. If you guys got in here late, what I use for my no-bake cookie is I actually use the shredded organic coconut flakes. I toast them for about 5 or 6 minutes. I did 7 minutes last night and burned them. So starting over, we're going to use some organic nut butter. You could use peanut butter, whatever. I'm also going to make our fathead buns bagels dairy-free this time. And we're also going to be having a Keto 101 in Kansas City. If you are here at the Catalyst Core Center, Dr. Adam Boonder is hosting a Keto 101. Then Friday night, we are really trying to raise a roof the community of Kansas City, and we are going to have a huge event at The Grid, which is 119th and Metcalf. If you want to know that information, would love to share that with you. I just think the ketogenic, low-carb, high-fat is really the modern revolution. People are taking control of their health, which I absolutely love. Like I said, the sermon tonight for church was really about being prepared, being mindful, getting game ready. So all those things are really important. So I am going to actually jump in my own wheelchair here. Hold on just a second, guys. Dr. Ralph, say hey.
Hey.
So, get you guys to understand, my motorized shopping cart is not working, which is no fun. And I usually love Whole Foods, but nobody at Whole Foods actually offered to get me a cart that would move. So we are probably done shopping now. But thank you guys for joining me here tonight. Hopefully that brought some clarity. I want to finish about our event on Friday night. So it's at The Grind. If you want information, I'll post it down here below. We really want to create a lot of good momentum going into 2018. I know Debbie is on here, and she was a teacher for many years. And as a teacher or as a student, you would tell your students, finish the semester strong. As a health and wellness practitioner, coach, I would tell you to finish 2017 strong. Even if you did not get your New Year's resolutions from last year or the year before, get it now, man. You guys have time. You can do anything in 5 days, anything in 10 days. You can change your attitude towards life. You can change how you feel about food, and you can do it in 5 days. I know it takes 28 days to make a habit, 28 days to break a habit, but if you can honestly start moving forward and getting the garbage out of your house, just don't go buy it. Like, we've got 2 more things, so I'm going to get off the phone here. I've got to get some organic pumpkin for our keto pumpkin pie, which my kids absolutely love and I'm craving. Sandy, show up at my house. Be there, be square. Jackie, come to my house. Be there, be square. So we're going to cook Wednesday, Sunday night at the Catalyst Center Keto 101, so just giving you basics. And then Friday night, we're going to shake up the community and bring a lot of collaboration. Dr. Ralph saying, get off the Facebook Live because we've got a bit of shopping to do. So if I find that keto maple syrup, I will definitely let you know. I need it for Wednesday, so I don't think I have time to order it on Amazon. I did hear I could get it there. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully I answered a bunch of questions I was getting about dairy-free, switching those things up. Again, I'm just going to do 2 or 3 more minutes of shopping here, but have an amazing, amazing week. Hopefully tomorrow's a brand new day. You can end the evening strong, go do some exercise, have some nice herbal tea, do some meditation, do some gratitude, do some random act of kindness. I mean, you've still got time in the day. And again, when you're looking for snacks, I'm going to address that because somebody said I need to know more about snacks. Be prepared when you go to somebody's house for a holiday party. If you're going to be tempted about alcohol or treats or snacks, find one recipe that you love. Like, I love my no-bake cookies. I love my pumpkin pie that's keto. So find something that you love that you can take with you. And then again, if you're in the Kansas City metro area, hope to see you guys Friday at The Grind. I think it's 6:30 or 7. We're just really bringing attention to the modern revolution, empowering you to be the best person you can be. I want you to finish 2017 strong and start 2018 the way you want to, the way you see it with your own health goals. So thank you guys for joining me. Since my card has died, I am done shopping, done with you guys today, but I will see you very soon. Have an amazing day, and thanks for joining me.